While Southern California doesn't have the winter wonderland that many other states do, it still has a fair amount of fun Christmas attractions you can do every year. This list includes everything from free light displays in neighborhoods to candy cane making to amusement parks. It features some of my favorite places to see Christmas lights and holiday attractions all around the Southern California area. Let's jump into it and let me know what I left off in the comments. First up, we have the Festival of Lights. The Mission Inn Hotel in Riverside, California is one of the best free Christmas light displays you can see in Southern California. It's been voted one of the best in America, but it has been scaled back over the last few years, so it's not as magical as it once was. It's still impressive to see the historic hotel lit up with millions of lights as you walk past the main walkway and under the tunnel of lights. You can also stroll the main street and stop in at one of the restaurants or see the lights around the rest of downtown Riverside as well. Note that this gets really busy on the weekends, but so does pretty much everything on this list. Recommendation number 2 is Dana Point's Holiday at the Harbor. Holiday at the Harbor in Dana Point is a second free attraction on this list, and it's a great one to experience with the whole family as well. This Christmas lights display has many different areas with a large blue whale made out of lights, candy cane tunnels, a surfing Santa, and a popular Instagram spot called Merry Kiss Me. There are restaurants here and places for coffee and sweets, making it a great way to spend a cold December night in Southern California. My next recommendation is Logan's Candies for a candy cane demonstration. Logan's Candies is one of those places that is historic in the Southern California area and a true gem to still have for us to experience. The small candy shop makes candy canes year-round, but during the Christmas season they have candy cane making demonstrations that allow you to watch the whole process from beginning to end. Plus you get to enjoy a warm candy cane at the end as well. It's so much fun, but it can be hard to score a ticket to the event, so be sure to check out their Facebook page if you're interested. My next recommendation is the Griffith Park Train Ride. For another historic Southern California attraction, head over to Griffith Park and ride the Griffith Park Holiday Train. The train here has been running for over 50 years and it's a personal favorite of mine for Christmas. The ride takes about 10 minutes to complete and it has many light displays and tunnels that you'll see while on the ride. You can go on the train year-round if you don't get a chance to do it during the holidays, but I definitely recommend a Christmas ride if you have the chance. Next up, we have all of the Southern California boat parades. Since California is bordered on one side by water, you can see many different holiday boat parades up and down the state. These boat parades allow the boat owners to decorate their boats however their hearts desire and parade through their respective harbors for all the eagerly waiting onlookers. It's pretty crazy to see how intricate these boats are, and some of them are better than the best houses I've ever seen. If you're interested in visiting one of the boat parades, check out their websites to figure out when they're going to be happening. My next recommendation is Christmas Tree Lane. Christmas Tree Lane in Altadena is another historic spot which features what they say is the oldest large-scale outdoor Christmas display in the world. This street has been decorating their trees for over a century and it's a special place to still have in Southern California. It's mainly just a drive-through event though, as there's not anything else to really do there and there's no sidewalks for walking. If you're in the area though, it's well worth driving down this historic street and seeing it for yourself. My next recommendation is the Cabazon Dinosaurs. The Cabazon Dinosaurs have been getting a fresh coat of paint for the last couple of years, and the Santa T-Rex has become one of my favorite Christmas photos in Southern California. When you visit, they have a free and a paid part of the exhibit. You can see the dinosaurs from the outside area for free if you just want to take a photo looking up at the T-Rex or the Brontosaurus. Or you can pay to go in the back area where they have a half dozen dinosaurs on display and tons of Christmas lights all along the plant-lined walkways. If you pay to go to the back area, you can also climb up in the T-Rex head if you want to do that as well. It's a fun and silly Christmas attraction in Southern California. My next recommendation is the Hotel Del Coronado. If you're in the San Diego area, then one of my favorite places for Christmas is the Hotel Del Coronado. Here you can ice skate right next to the beach and you can see the large Christmas tree they have in the lobby. The tree used to be upside down, but it's been right side up the last few years. I'm told they have a new lighting experience this year and many of the shops go all out for Christmas. It's the quintessential Southern California Christmas experience with ice skating right next to the beach. Check it out if you're in the San Diego area. Moving on from here, we're entering the paid Christmas light attractions around Southern California. First up is Descanso Gardens Enchanted Forest of Light. Descanso Gardens is more of an art show than it is a traditional Christmas lights display, and it's my favorite of the light up exhibits I saw this year. A visit here is stunning with 10 complete experiences ranging from hundreds of tulips dancing to the music to forests blanketed in light with ambient sounds for you to stroll through. I spent a good 2 hours here and have recommended it to many people. You can see my full video on it in the description. My next recommendation is the LA Zoo. Only about 15 minutes from Descanso Gardens, the LA Zoo Lights display is one of LA's most popular attractions. Here you can walk along the lighted paths and see all sorts of lights ranging from purple trees with disco balls to a large spider with its lit up spiderweb behind it. There's a long light tunnel here that was pretty popular for photos as well, and the whole experience is big with lots of areas to walk through. You can even see some of the reptiles in their cages while you're there, which is a fun addition since the rest of the animals are asleep. My next recommendation is Wild Lights at the Living Desert Zoo. Wild Lights is another zoo event that takes place out in Palm Desert. This exhibit takes over the Living Desert Zoo and has many different Christmas lights displays all over the property. The main attraction for me was the awesome train display that they had with a massive train track, multiple trains running on it, and lots of lights. There was also a light tunnel and a large lit up Christmas present that moved to the music. After seeing these things, you could walk around the zoo where they had a few nocturnal animals that were out and lots of lights that lined the main walkways. It's definitely a long drive from LA or San Diego, but it was a unique light display to see. Next up is the South Coast Botanical Garden Glow exhibit. Heading back to the South Bay area, the Glow exhibit is in the South Coast Botanical Garden and it's really popular for people who are local to the area. The Botanical Garden has a section dedicated to the Christmas lights display with multiple areas and lots of projection-based experiences. Here you can see an orb-lined walkway, a forest lit up with trees, and a section designed to look like the bayou. There were also many areas with projection mapping on the trees, which were pretty cool to see, and it's a nice stroll along the lit up pathways. My next recommendation is San Juan Capistrano Lights. Mission San Juan Capistrano is one of the historic California missions, and over the last few years they've begun to have Christmas light displays that take over the mission on select December nights. It's pretty interesting to see the historic grounds in a new way, with a nativity scene in the old mission walls and a walk-through Christmas tree. You can see lights all around the structure, meet Santa, and take photos at a few of the setup displays. It's only open a couple nights a week and it closed at 6 when I went, but it was unique to see the historic and modern collide like this. The last 3 recommendations are all related to amusement parks in Southern California and what they do for the holidays. First up, Disneyland is of course a hugely popular spot for Christmas in Southern California that people come from all over to visit. Here you can get in the Christmas spirit with the entire park covered in lights and other displays. Some of the highlights for me are the snow that happens on Main Street, the light display on the castle, and the way they transform It's a Small World. Of course, the Christmas parade is great as well, and it's fun to see Nightmare Before Christmas at the Haunted Mansion. Christmas at Disneyland is always busy, but it's pretty hard to beat. Next up is Universal Studios Grinchmas. Universal Studios goes all out for Christmas, and it focuses on the Grinch, which is almost completely different than Disneyland. Here you can take a photo with the Grinch or his dog Max, see the tree lighting every night, and even see snow in the Harry Potter area of the park. Universal Studios is an especially fun spot for older children, and I love how they call it Grinchmas and just have a lot of fun with the holidays while you're there. My last recommendation is Knott's Berry Farm. Knott's Berry Farm becomes Knott's Merry Farm during the holidays, and it has its own take on the Christmas season. Here they decorate the park with lights, Christmas trees, and wreaths that take over areas of the Ghost Town and Camp Snoopy. The park also brings back Snoopy on Ice during the weekends, which is an incredibly fun ice skating show, and you can see the Christmas Carol at the historic Birdcage Theater. Each night it snows multiple times in the park as well, which is pretty magical with a good 3 to 4 minute snow. Lastly, you can take pictures with Santa and shop the Christmas market as well, making it a fun spot for a December day. So there you have it, some of my favorite Christmas attractions in Southern California. These are just a few of the many experiences you can have, and be sure to let me know what I left off in the comments. We will see you on the next video.